that without Elizabeth on board, the group would never be able to finish our work. And more importantly, I worried that Elizabeth's and my relationship, a relationship that I valued, was going to be irreparably damaged. And she didn't seem to be doing any better. I'm not proud of what I did. You should never raise your voice at people at work. It felt horrible at the time. I was exasperated, angry, upset, questioning myself and Elizabeth. But our disagreement over who should be in charge of the group, how it should be run, and whose expertise needed to be tapped and in what way, was not necessarily negative in and of itself. These questions needed to be addressed for the group to do its best work and for me to be effective as a leader. During our heated exchange, we got those issues out in the open. But how we handled that initial discussion was problematic. We weren't going to solve the issues we'd raised if we were both defensive. We needed to work together. And that's just the thing. Conflict at work is going to happen, no matter what you do. And it should. It can be good for you, your team, and your organization. But how you deal with it can make the difference between a negative interaction and a productive one. That's why you've turned to this guide. We don't want to have screaming matches with colleagues. We don't want to feel as if our projects will fail unless we give in to what someone else wants. We don't want to lose sleep over an intense interaction. We want to better understand why conflict happens, our options for addressing it, and how to navigate these disagreements so that we end up with our dignity and relationships intact. Imagine how things with Elizabeth would have gone if I hadn't just waltzed into her office and confronted her. What if I had thought through the discussion in advance, considering what Elizabeth and I were actually disagreeing about and thinking about our different personalities? What if I had chosen the right time and place for us to talk, framed my message carefully, heard her out, and explained my position? Or what if Elizabeth had come to me earlier and explained why she wasn't participating, made clear that her issues weren't personal but had to do with how I was running the group or what the team was trying to achieve? Instead of sitting there staring at each other, fuming, we might have been engaged in a thoughtful, productive discussion. Learning to navigate conflicts, such as the one I had with Elizabeth, is not really a choice in today's organizations. There's always going to be diversity, interdependence, and competition over scarce resources, and that's not a bad thing. When passionate people with different perspectives collaborate to address a problem or an opportunity, there can be give and take and productive disagreement. That healthy competition helps create better products, features, and solutions. The research on innovation is clear. Without creative abrasion, you won't have a robust marketplace of new ideas. The most effective people are those who can disagree constructively, not destructively, and keep difficult conversations substantive, not personal. Thankfully, mercifully really, in the middle of our fight, Elizabeth paused and asked if I wanted to get coffee with her across campus. Not sure what else to do, I agreed. The change of scenery was exactly what we needed. As we walked across campus, we both calmed down, and Elizabeth opened up about the source of her frustrations. It turns out that I was driving her crazy. I'm not a linear thinker, and she is. The process I was using was infuriating to her. She wanted to know how each step led to the next, and I was willing to let things evolve more organically. Plus, she felt as if I wasn't using her expertise. I assumed people would speak up if they had ideas, that those with the most experience, such as Elizabeth, would chime in when they wanted to, so I didn't call on anyone in particular and never met with individual team members outside the group to get their perspective. By not calling on her or openly acknowledging her expertise and asking for her opinion, I had upset her. She felt that I hadn't shown her enough respect. It's not that I didn't feel it. In fact, I assumed that she assumed that I respected her.